Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. I know that because I know what we're fixing to do, and you'll understand here in a second. But first of all, shout out to my favorite hat. It's like my favorite hat I've ever had. Tennessee flag in the shape of a whitetail with camo. I bought this hat like, I don't know, 3 years ago. And then I could never wear it because the WHOTEEWHO show was sponsored by a camo company, and I wasn't allowed to wear any other camo patterns except for that company's. Well, now they hired somebody else and quit sponsoring us, so I can wear whatever camo I want. So I can wear my new camo hat, and I absolutely love it. I found this in my closet just now after our move to the new place. But yeah, that's the coolest hat. My buddy has this same hat. Shout out to Rick, but with a turkey on it. They had these at the co-op like 3 years ago. Anyways, I'm excited about, that was some super random rambling. But anyways, I'm excited. It's pouring down rain today. I said, man, that spoils my plans. I had a whole bunch of work to get done, and all of it was outside. Here's what we're gonna do. So I'm working on a new video series where we got targets out at different ranges. We can test every cartridge that's out there to distance, and I'm gonna set up targets, you know, 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards, even further. And we're just gonna have fun. And maybe we'll have people come over and say, hey, I bet you can't hit 300 yards with that 6.5 Creedmoor, pick it up and go, boom. You know, hunting type scenarios. That's what I love. That's how I have fun. That's what I'm into. Basically, if you didn't know this, now you know. Most deer hunting cartridges, 308, 270, 6.5 Creedmoor. It's a safe bet if you got it dialed in at 100, which is how I do everything. 200 yards, it's gonna drop roughly 4 inches. Then at 300 yards, that's where it starts to really different. But even at 300 yards, if you're sighted in at 100, roughly speaking, at 300, it's gonna drop 12 to 15 inches. So if you hold 13 or 14 inches high at 300 yards, boom, you're gonna hit. But today, it's pouring down rain. I might melt out there. I'm gonna start setting up some of that and just bring you along. So I figured 100 yards, we gotta have a small target. If you can't hit that at 100 yards, you got other problems. And then I'm gonna set up another one at 200. That's a 5-inch Caldwell gong. Yeah, buddy. Then, really I should put another 5-inch at 200, but I think I'm gonna put up an 8-inch out there at 200. And I got these new stands in. I wish I had found these stands a long time ago. Quite honestly, I don't know how long they've had them, but they've had them for a little while. This is from Caldwell too. AR500 steel target stand. I'm gonna unbox this and just show you, but it comes with that rubber, and it's made out of that self-healing material, so it's cool if you hit it on accident. And then it has that hook where if it has the slots like these do, you can just hang it on the hook, which is super cool. So really quick, I'm just gonna open this. Says that's 69 inches tall. It has a picture that kind of shows you, where's that picture of that dude? Yeah, that kind of shows you the height there. And it has 2 pieces. Looking at it, I think I might just use this piece and put the hook right there because I don't need the steel shoulder height, but we'll see if it works that way. Let me just unbox this thing and show you everything that's in this box. Then we're gonna go outside. And, I'm gonna pick a random Bullet slinger. I seriously haven't even picked it out yet in my mind. Maybe something interesting and fun, I don't know. Something we haven't had out in a long time maybe. But here's the hardware, some nuts, bolts, a washer, and that self-healing rubber thing if you need to use it, if your target doesn't have a slot. And then the rest of this should just be metal. Yep, 3 pieces. That hook for the top, and then the bottom that has that stake, you can jump on that and get it in the ground. And then that top piece, which like I said, I may not even use that top piece if you don't have to, and keep the targets closer to the ground. But I'm gonna go pick something random. And then we're gonna take it out to the range. I'm gonna stomp these in, probably get a little wet. I think it's supposed to rain all day today. Comment down below which Bullet slinger you want me to take out here and test today while we're getting this thing set up. I'm excited. Steel's a whole lot more fun to hit than paper. And it's just fun to test kind of that your rig's good and ready to go. That's the whole thing. Like, you know, coyote pops up out there in the pasture, boom, grab something, and are you confident to just pick it up and pew, send one? You know what I mean? Without sending one and, oh, I missed here, so let me change my hold. You guys understand what I'm getting at. And just kind of keep challenging myself that I could pick something up, boom, I know where that's gonna hit, and have a good time. But let's get some of this set up. I'm gonna go pick a random one, and I'll be back here in a second, show you, and then we'll get all this set up. Should be pretty fun. All right, so to be 100% honest, I had no idea what I was gonna pick either. But when I looked into the safe, I said, whoa, I gotta start with that one. That's gonna be a whole lot of fun. You watched the show here recently, you know, I just picked this thing up and I love it. And at 100 yards, I'm getting 0.3-inch groups. This is my model 7717 in 17 Winchester Super Mag. Yes, it is a rimfire, but it's a hot rimfire, 3,000 feet per second with the 20 grain. And this is the only type of ammo I have for it yet. So we're gonna get some more ammo. And it suppresses super well. If you've seen the videos I've had so far. I got a Hawk on here that does have parallax. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that up to 100 before I forget. It is threaded. Right now I've got my Banish 223 can on there. That thing suppresses so good, it's ridiculous. But man, I was not even thinking of this, but this is gonna be a whole lot of fun. Let's run out. I'm gonna put these targets up, and we're just gonna have some fun testing out. My first test doing this steel testing. Really the point is for us to test a bunch of deer catchers, but the 17 Super Mag, it's not for deer. Most places you can't because it's rimfire. This has a chart on it. It says if you sight in at 100, it should only drop 4 inches at 200. So we're gonna test that. Wow, that's like the same drop as a 6.5 Creedmoor. That's pretty cool. Yeah, let's get some of this steel put together and hit the range. Should be fun. All right, so just to kind of bring you along with what I'm doing, I've already test fit this one right here. So you can see I use that bottom, whatever you want to call that, stake. And then I just bolted the hook to it. I don't see why this wouldn't work, but I'm fixing to see. It comes with this longer piece where you can hook this here and then have the hanger up there. That was that, whatever it was, 62 or 69 inches long. But I don't see why this couldn't work as well, just this piece by itself. Put this in the dirt and then hang our steel right here. Should work just fine like that, and the steel will be closer to the ground. But I just took another one out of the box and I got the pieces right here. So here's the stake bottom, and then this, and I didn't take the hook out of the plastic. We need to do that. Y'all don't want to watch me unwrap plastic. All right, so now I got this hook. How'd I do it on the other one? I guess it really probably doesn't matter too much what size, but these are those carriage bolts with the square slots. So you need to have the bolt be on the side with those square slots. Put those both in there. This kit also comes with lock nuts, which is a good touch, so these aren't going to back off. And the socket I grabbed was a 3/4 inch, I believe. Yep, 3/4 inch socket. And I'm just going to tighten both these down, and then I'm going to run out in the rain and get these targets set up on my tentative spot for setting up a range. We'll see how all this works out. Still working through all this, but 3/4 inch socket worked great. And again, thanks to Caldwell for including lock nuts in this kit. Not gonna have to worry about that. And again, it comes with that rubber thing. If you're using targets that don't have a slot for whatever reason, you could just put that rubber thing through the hole, and it comes with enough bolts where you can do all that too. These Caldwell AR 500 gongs we're just gonna hang right there, and it should give us a good sound, especially when it gets smacked with some lead. But let's do some running out in the rain here. See if I can get these set up. All right, so here we go. Super soppy muddy out here. Like I just got lucked out and got a little bit of a break in the rain as I was coming out here, but I shouldn't have any problem sinking this in the mud. But I want to have the hanger facing my bench up here, and I think this will be as good a spot as any. This is going to be my 100 yard. If I can find a spot that doesn't have a bunch of rocks, it would be great. I think there's definitely a rock in here somewhere. Yep, man, lots of limestone all over where I'm at. Maybe if I move just slightly over this way. And there's definitely a big rock under there. Man, back this way. Some of y'all with your nice black dirt, and you know, around here we got rocks everywhere. Literally where I live, there's like 3 rock quarries within a very close distance because there's so much rock. Okay, there's definitely a giant rock, and I don't want to go too far because I want this to be at 100, so within a yard or two. There we go. I got that stake pretty well completely covered there, and target's gonna be probably 101 yards. Let me get the gong on there. This is that 5-inch gong I'm slapping on there, and let's see how it hangs. I just used the bottom piece, not the top piece. That's cool. That's really cool. Let me show you up close. I didn't really pay attention until just now, but I got that bottom stake pretty near completely covered in the dirt. What I didn't really notice is this piece is cut out so that that target can't go up there and get stuck, you know what I mean? So it's always gonna fall back to where it's gonna be hanging and make you a good sound if you hit it. So let's go put up the other one. I think that'll work without having the top piece in there. I don't see why not. That's the 100 yard with the 5-inch. Let's go do the 200 yard with a little bit bigger gong. I'm definitely gonna need some yellow spray paint because we're hopefully about to take a bunch of that paint off. Let's go do the 200. All right, I used the range finding binos from the bench to kind of estimate a mark, but I'm gonna go ahead and confirm it from here. I looked at a tree and I think that's the tree. Yeah, we're like just inside of 200, 195 or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that other stake and jump up and down on it right here, and hopefully we don't have piles of rocks under my feet right here. This distance, 200 and in, I mean, that's gonna be a whole lot of fun for rimfire too. How about that? Shorts with boots. We all know about that. Okay, angle it towards the bench. I'm not kidding, 1 inch underneath the dirt right there, I hit a rock. That's ridiculous. I wasn't kidding when I said there's rocks everywhere. Well, yeah, there's a big rock right here. Pretty much this whole hill is rocks. I might be messing around here for a minute, so I won't make y'all watch me find a spot, but I'll show you when I do find a spot. All right, so there's a good enough spot for now. You can see it. I almost got her jumped down in there. For 17 Super Mag, I think we're gonna be just fine, but there's that 8-inch gong. We get this all done, I'm gonna have all kind of stuff, railroad ties and whatnot, but for now we got a whole mountain right here behind us with some rimfires. Bow. I like that sound. 200 yards, 8-inch gong. Let's go back to the bench, see what we can do with it. All right, now here we go. Camera's rolling. 100 yards. I got a target camera zoomed in down on there. Just make sure again, I arranged it from down there. Let's range it from up here. Yep, 100 yards. Now, when I sighted it in right there. So we should be on. Now, bringing this thing over here, I did drop it. That was fantastic. Let me move y'all over here. There we go, you can see what I'm doing. These have a rotary mag if you've never seen them before, just like a 1022 or whatever. You gotta make sure you load them in the right way. I've got to make an ammo run. I'm running short on this 17 Super Mag. It's been so fun to fool with. I still just have the original box that I picked up with it. Now, I am having problems with this rotary mag, y'all. These only come with one mag. See how the thing's way down in there? Then it popped up. So, the spring in this rotary mag, these things cost over $1,000. Ruger, you got something that's over $1,000. I shouldn't be having to fiddle with the mag. Now I can't even load more than 2 rounds in there. So, 7717, the mags are junk. At least the one that came with mine. Oh man, some gun reviewer dude said something negative on it. Hey, that's all right. I bought this thing. Nobody's paying me to make this video. That's why we like the WHOTEEWHO show, man. Ain't some cheesy paid review. I'm just doing whatever I want today. So, man, this is cool. I'm gonna start bringing out the scope camera more often so you guys can see my view, because man, this gets me excited. Now, I'm gonna put all the zoomies, which is 12 on this one. Let's see if the mag will load. Oh, had a spent round in there. Nope. My mag won't even load. What in the devil? Goofy Ruger mag. Smack it on the table, maybe it'll feed. Come on, man. Okay, now I'm gonna hold dead center of that steel. This is at, what was this? 5-inch gong. Now I should at least hit the steel here. See what happens. Hit it kind of high. I held dead center. I don't know why I'm keeping this brass. I'm not gonna reload it, but am I loading another one here? Nope, this goofy Ruger mag left the round down in the bottom. Gotta smack it. You think that coyote's gonna wait on me to smack the mag on the table? Probably not. Anyways, I still like this thing, just the mag is goofy. I'm gonna hold dead center and really focus on my squeeze this time. Hit the same spot. So that being said, I'm gonna dial this scope again. So I'm within 5 inches. I'm hitting the gong within an inch or two, really. But I want this thing to be smacking dead center. If I'm gonna send it out to 200 yards, I don't want to be whiffing. This 17 Super Mag ammo is not cheap. So we are what? I'm gonna hold it center and then I'm gonna dial it to the impact, and it's up. So we need to twist it in the down direction. How many clicks is this? This is 4 clicks an inch. So see what we do here. I don't know what that was, 7 or 8. I kind of clicked it kind of fast. And it's left, so we need to click it in the right direction, which is that way. So let's just do like, I don't know. Did 4, we'll call it an inch. Yeah, let's send 1 or 2 more, maybe 2, just to confirm where we're at. I'm just gonna go ahead and single load these since the mag is junk. And we're not in a hurry. Well, break the trigger dead center and see where we're at. Right in that bottom of that C square there. Oh yeah, I call that good now. I'd call that right where we want it. Single feed another one just to confirm. I really like this thing, don't get me wrong. I would absolutely crazy love it if the mag fed good, and it would be better if the trigger wasn't 800 pounds too, but 1,000 people have commented and told me M Carbo makes a trigger kit for this, and they do. But I really don't want to fool with it. Too much chance I mess things up. My target camera's still on. I'm gonna hold that same spot there. Hit a little high right that time. The video where I sighted this thing in with this scope, ammo, everything, I got a 0.3 inch group at the same distance. That one's probably still inside an inch, but I want to hit the same spot. We'll send one more here, then we'll go to 200. Not too far off. I'm gonna go ahead and click it left, just one click. I'm gonna be that picky. It's right, I need to go left. And should I touch the up and down? Probably not. I'm gonna bring it up just one. Why not? Now, the box said this stuff would only drop 4 inches at 200. Now you see we're dead on at 100. So let's just see what happens. Let me move the cameras. I'm actually gonna have to move the bench a little bit, but be right back and we'll do 200. This will be fun. Really test this rig out. I don't know about you, but this is the kind of stuff I get excited about. This is fun. All right, now 200 yards with the Super Mag. Somebody who's got one said, yeah, whoopee-doo-dah, man. Well, hey, 200 yards with rimfire. It's pretty cool. I don't care what type of rimfire you're doing. But the box said, Winchester said it's only supposed to drop 4 inches, so here's what I'm gonna do. I actually have a drop reticle in this. It's a 17 HMR stock, but I'll put it on a 17 Super. I'm gonna hold the top of the target and see where we hit. And then I'm gonna try using just the reticle for the yardage marks for 17 HMR, even though it's nowhere near as fast. See what happens holding the top of the target. And that's a small gong at 200 yards, especially for rimfire. But again, this stuff isn't supposed to be easy, y'all. See what happens. Target camera's rolling. Squeeze this heavy trigger. And again, I'm gonna hold the top of the gong here. No windage. Center punch. That's fun. It really does drop pretty much 4 inches. That's an 8-inch gong. We center punched it. Man, that was almost enough to make me giggle. Hearing that pong. Y'all should have been able to hear it. This target camera is not at the target. It's back here next to me. I've got it zoomed in on there. But let's do another one. Just holding the top. See how close of a group we can do. A little low left on that one. Could have been me though. Again, this 5,000 pound trigger on this thing. Somebody said, man, you're really dogging on that Ruger. Nah, I like the thing, but they're definitely not cheap. Same hold, I'm holding right at the top of the steel. Man, since this thing has no recoil, I'm actually seeing the projectile drop in there. That's super cool. I don't know, you won't see it because I got that target camera zoomed in too far, but if it was backed out, you might be able to see some of the trace. Let's send one more, two more. We'll do a group of 5 at 200. I might have to give me some yellow paint. 2 more. Oh, that's cool. I hit the sticker off there. Now we can really see the impacts. Man, I'd say at 200 yards, that's not a terrible group for anything, really. I'll get my measuring device out here and we'll measure that. This is fun. This is a whole lot of fun. Looks like I'm hitting slightly left, huh? That might be some wind. Oh, money, that's a center punch. I really want to burn up this whole box. This is too much fun. I tell you what, I'm gonna get my wife out here and have her send one. This is just too much fun. Hold on. I'm not even gonna turn the cameras off. Keep it rolling. You see, here, sit down so everyone can see you. and you gotta lean forward. So I just hit, okay, you see there, that's 100 yards. You see that little bitty yellow piece of steel?
Yeah, on the left.
Okay. Now you see that little tiny one way out there? Probably hardly not with your eyes. Look through here and see if you can see it.
Is it aimed at
You
it?
need to get your face like right here. I can bring this back. Probably not anymore than I just moved it. Now you see the tiny little yellow target.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
That's 200 yards. 2 football fields. I'm gonna put one of these in there. It's a tiny 17 bullet. Doesn't kick, it's not loud, don't even need things in your ears. The trigger's kind of heavy. You see the cross in there?
Yeah, but it's not on it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move it on it. Up or down, where does it need to go? Okay, so here's the target.
Uh-huh.
You need to squeeze the trigger aiming at the very top of the steel.
Okay.
And you'll hit it, guaranteed. This is the most fun. Miss.
Really?
Yeah, it's steel. You'd hear it go ping. You held it at the very top.
I don't know about the very top like that.
Well, try it again. If you miss again, I'll do it and show you. Just squeeze the trigger. It's a heavy trigger, but just do your best to shoot at the very top of the steel. That sounded like a hit.
I feel like I kind of turned on me.
Let me look at the target camera. Did you feel like you hit it?
No.
No, you missed again. Hold on, let me show you how it's done real quick.
Geez.
You're shooting, you're aiming at the top of the target.
Like, here's the target. I'm aiming like
Aiming
here.
at the very top of the top.
Yeah. Oh, not the very top. Like, not over at the top.
Well, that's what I said. Aim at the top of the target. Listen, you'll hear me hit it. Not like aim over it, just like you're trying to shoot the top of it.
I heard that.
You heard that. Hit kind of low, but
Was that when you aimed?
I aimed at the very top edge of the target. No clue.
You would have heard it, like you whenever you did it.
Oh, I know you missed. I just have no clue where you missed. Boom, smacked it again. Okay, I'll hold the rifle and you just squeeze the trigger. How about that?
Okay.
You don't even look at the scope. I'll tell you when. Okay, go. Wait. Okay.
Now?
Yep.
There you go.
Huh. That doesn't count. I aimed it and she broke the trigger. Anyways, I'm gonna say one more because this is a whole lot of fun, but we're gonna have to give you some sniper training. We can't do long range with the big ones if we can't hit them with the small ones. But this is a whole lot of fun. Man, that's just fun. Let's go down there and just look at that 200 steel real quick. That was fun. All right, so here we go down here to the 200 yard mark. And that group looks a little bit bigger once we get close up here, but man, those first 5 when I was really slow was just right and tight there. And I didn't grab my measuring tool, but we probably were working on a 2.5 inch group there. End of my thumb is an inch or something. 2 to 3 inch group there. And those last couple were hitting a little bit low. I don't know if maybe when that thing was getting hot, it starts to hit a little bit low, but man, those hangers work out awesome. That is sweet. That is absolutely sweet. Woo! But hey, thanks for watching the video today, guys. That was a whole lot of fun. Comment down below, what do you guys want to see me test next time? We're gonna go even further and do all the things and have a whole lot of fun. But really, my thoughts on the video series is test your deer rig. Most people aren't going out to 1,000 yards with their deer rig and catching deers. Even though that's a whole lot of fun to take steel at 1,000, I love doing that too. We got more of those long range videos coming on steel real soon too. So make sure you're subscribed and follow along. I got a bunch of those coming out too. But hey, haven't done that in a while. You even heard my wife there saying, I can't even see the target. With your eyeballs at 200 yards, you can see it if you know where to look. I put the thing in here, but man, that was a whole lot of fun. At 17 Super Mag is a hoot. And man, I got to get some yellow spray paint. I didn't even miss this thing, did I? No, I didn't miss the 100-yard one either. That Super Mag's dialed, but it really does drop, you know, 4 inches at 200 yards. Next time we get that one out, we'll have the 300-yard one out and see what we can do. Maybe put a little bit bigger target. I don't know. At each distance, I'll probably do a big target and a small target. That way we can dial it in and not burn up too much ammo and have like a medium difficulty. Maybe I should put a 5-inch gong here too. Probably need to do that. But stay tuned. I got a ton of super fun videos on the way. I promise you don't want to miss. This was awesome. Appreciate y'all so much. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hooty-hoo!